I bought this Delta 36-725 T2 at Lowe's the other day, so I'll take you through the process of getting it offloaded from the truck and assembling it. I'll also take you through the process of putting this router table on the saw. It looks like it's built in. It fit perfectly. It's a Kobalt that they sell at Lowe's as well. I picked it up for $129 and that included the router, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Nice and flush with the table. It looks like it's built in, so. I was able to pull my truck right into my shop. I thought I'd take out piece by piece, reduce the weight, maybe I can get the box off the truck, but that didn't work. The bulk of the weight is in the table itself, along with the motor. See that here. I just cut the side of the box, removed all the styrofoam in front of it. Hopefully it allowed me to get to the motor and table. Pretty clear instructions. Use bag A, assemble the legs. I'll attach it to the table. This will help me remove the table from the truck as well. This thing is still pretty heavy. Attach the wheels. Don't get these too tight. I've done that before where they won't spin after you tighten it down, so be careful there. Adjustable legs there. Now, time for it to come off the truck. Be careful of that dust port in the back. I was really watching that, making sure I didn't crush it. I did have that table there for a reason, just in case things went wrong, but got it off the truck nicely. So see that styrofoam there? Don't take that out. I've just ripped that thing right out of there, but there's instructions on how to do it in a more civilized way. Okay, here goes the rails. This is a short one first. It's a front left short one. And I put these up just real loosely, hand tightened. That way I could adjust it later, the straight edge. This is a long one. This is a plate that goes between the two rails. And then using bag C, put the other end on. This is a little gauge they give you. Adjust the rail up to the top edge of that. I found I still had to make adjustments once I put the straight edge on. Make sure the wheels are down. Level everything out. I should probably replace this 30-year-old 4-foot level. The other side, Making sure everything's flush, level. Just take your time. This is the most tedious part of the whole build. Yeah, I spent a lot of time leveling this thing and getting everything flush. Trust me, you need to do that. Table extensions. These are fairly easy to install. Maybe should have clamped it on there first, but I wrestled it in. And everything's getting put in loosely so I can adjust it. Making sure it's flush with the table. This is pretty tedious as well. Just take your time. Here's the bar that goes between the two rails. I'll be flipping this over when I install the router table. So if you're going to install a router table, flip it over. Bag E. These are fairly easy, but do realize that there's two holes at the end there that I'm putting a screw in. Don't do that. Those are for the power switch. I ended up taking one of them out. I thought I was short some bolts, but then I discovered that's where the power switch goes. Those two holes in at the end there. And then there's a hole that this bracket goes to. It's really hard to see, but it's right there. Now, put the handles on. Put the insert in, adjust it, make sure it's flush with the table. There's some little screws there. This thing just sits in there. For the kickback plate, there's a push that in. It releases that to be able to snap it in. Blade guard snaps in pretty easily. This will be easy to take on and off. Now I'll just have to throw the fence on here. and it's all done. Except I wanted to put some paste wax on it. You just do it like you're waxing your car. Here's that router table. Very lightweight aluminum table. Fence. Not sure what to do with these. Here's the router. Making sure it's going to fit. Fits almost perfectly. So I discovered this Allen wrench was too big to fit in there. I didn't want to take everything apart, so I marked it, took it over to my vise and hacked it off. That way I can get to these without having to take off everything. Just flip it over. Making sure everything fits. It's kind of nice. It sits on that bar and is flush with the table. And it's level. Bonus. Using some clamps. Get this thing as close to level as I can. Make some small adjustments here. Make sure the fence slides over it. I wanted to put 4 of these in, but ended up only with 3. It's pretty lightweight, so 3 is going to be plenty enough. This is where I was missing my little Bosch drill I had. I busted that this summer, so getting this DeWalt in here, even though it's one of my smaller drills, it still didn't fit in there quite right. And I got the bolt a little too close. Watch for that when you're drilling your holes. Don't make the same mistakes I made. That's why you're watching this video, right? Ended up with a 3/8 inch bit for my final hole. This is the last one. This is the last hole. I just let the back sit on the bar. The weight of the router keeps it down, but I may modify it. I'm not sure yet. I'll see how it works for me. So here's the completed table saw with the router table. Lots of future cabinets.